Stop wasting your chest day. If your chest still looks flat, no matter how heavy you bench, this might be the most important video you ever watch. Because here's the uncomfortable truth no one tells you. Most guys don't have a weak chest. They have a weak strategy. You show up. You load the bar. You press heavy. You chase the pump. Maybe you even feel sore the next day. And for a few weeks, you grow. But then something strange happens. The progress slows. The upper chest still looks empty near the collarbone. The lower chest doesn't have that clean line. Your arms look decent. Your shoulders look round. But your chest? It just doesn't pop. And you start thinking maybe it's genetics. It's not. It's mechanics. Before we go deeper, if you're serious about building a physique that actually reflects your effort, hit subscribe right now. Because what we're about to break down isn't bro science. It's anatomy, biomechanics, and proven hypertrophy principles. Let's start with the biggest misconception. Your chest is not one single muscle that grows evenly from pressing in one direction. The pectoralis major has two primary heads, the clavicular head, upper chest, and the sternal head, middle and lower chest. And the fibers run in slightly different angles. That means different angles of resistance recruit different fibers more effectively. If you keep pressing flat, you keep biasing the same region. That's why some guys look thick in the middle, but flat up top. That's why some guys build strength, but not shape. Growth isn't random. It follows tension. And tension follows angle. Now let's talk about the movement most people either overuse or misuse. The flat bench press. The king. The ego lift. The Monday International Holiday. Yes, it works. Yes, it builds size. Yes, progressive overload on a barbell bench is one of the most powerful tools for hypertrophy. But here's the problem. Most people don't bench for chest development. They bench to impress. They flare their elbows. They bounce the bar. They cut range of motion short. They overload weight beyond control. They turn a chest builder into a shoulder and triceps movement. If you want your chest to grow, you must treat the flat bench like a surgical tool, not a performance test. Plant your feet firmly. Drive them into the ground. Retract your shoulder blades and keep them pinned to the bench. Lift your chest slightly so your pecs are in a mechanically advantageous position. Lower the bar slowly to mid-chest level. Not your neck, not your upper abs. Control the eccentric. That lowering phase is not a transition. It is the growth phase. Pause briefly near the chest without bouncing. Then press up while consciously squeezing your pecs, not just extending your elbows. Your grip should be slightly wider than shoulder width. Too narrow and triceps dominate. Too wide and shoulder stress increases. The flat bench allows you to progressively overload more efficiently than almost any other chest movement. And progressive overload, gradually increasing tension over time, is one of the core drivers of hypertrophy. Heavy loading creates mechanical tension that it does not maximize stretch. And stretch-mediated hypertrophy is where many lifters leave gains on the table. That's where the dumbbell fly changes everything. Most guys treat flies as a finisher, a light pump exercise, something optional. That's a mistake. Pressing primarily overloads the shortened position of the chest. But muscle growth is heavily stimulated when a muscle is challenged under stretch, especially when controlled. When you perform a dumbbell fly correctly, you place the pec fibers under deep tension in their lengthened state. That stretch sends a powerful signal to grow. But it only works if you slow down. Slight bend in the elbows. That angle remains locked throughout the movement. Lower the dumbbells in a wide arc, like you're wrapping your arms around a massive barrel. Feel the chest open. Feel the fibers lengthen. If you feel it in your shoulders, you're going too low or losing control. Stop before joint strain begins. Stay in muscular tension. Then bring the dumbbells back up, not by swinging your arms, but by contracting your chest. Imagine pulling your biceps inward using your pecs. The weight should challenge you, but never control you. When you pair flat bench presses with controlled flies, you attack both mechanical tension and stretch tension. Strength plus shape. That combination builds density. But even with those two movements dialed in, something may still look incomplete. That hollow space near your collarbone. And that's where most lifters fail completely. That empty space near your collarbone? That's the difference between looking like you lift and looking built. Most lifters overdevelop the mid-chest and completely neglect the clavicular head of the pec. And visually, that's a disaster. They do incline, but they don't actually train incline properly. The angle matters more than the weight. Set the bench too steep, and it becomes a shoulder press. Set it too flat, and it becomes another flat press variation. The sweet spot for most lifters is between 30 and 45 degrees. That slight shift in angle changes fiber recruitment dramatically. Now you're biasing the clavicular head, the upper chest fibers that run upward toward the collarbone. But angle alone isn't enough. Your setup determines whether your chest grows or your shoulders take over. Before you even unrack the weight, retract your shoulder blades. Pull them down and back. Keep them pinned. Lift your chest slightly. Plant your feet and create stability from the ground up. When you lower the bar or dumbbells, control it. Do not drop into the bottom position. That eccentric phase is where microdamage and growth signaling increase. Lower until your elbows come slightly below parallel to the floor, if mobility allows. Feel that stretch across the upper chest. Then press up while thinking about driving your biceps toward each other. Not just pushing the weight up, but squeezing the upper pec fibers together. This mind-muscle connection isn't mystical. It improves motor unit recruitment. Studies consistently show that internal focus on the target muscle can increase activation. You will not incline press as much as you flat bench. Your upper chest is naturally weaker. If you chase numbers here, your shoulders will take over and your chest will stagnate. Instead of chasing weight, chase quality tension. Barbell incline builds strength. Dumbbell incline increases range of motion and stability demand. Machines allow you to push volume safely when fatigue sets in. But here's something most people never consider. Body weight can bias the upper chest too, and sometimes even better than free weights because of stability demand and joint friendliness. Enter the decline push-up. Most people dismiss push-ups as beginner exercises. That's because they've never made them hard enough. When you elevate your feet, you shift more load toward the upper chest, similar to incline pressing, but with a different resistance curve. Place your feet on a bench or box. Hands slightly wider than shoulder width. Body in a straight line from heels to head. Brace your core. Squeeze your glutes. Keep your spine neutral. Lower slowly. Let your chest lead the descent. Do not let your hips sag. Do not shrug your shoulders. At the bottom, your chest should hover just above the ground. Pause briefly. Then press up powerfully while maintaining full body tension. This creates a closed chain pressing pattern. That means your hands are fixed and your body moves through space. This increases stability demand and recruits supporting musculature while still biasing the upper pec. Slow the tempo to 4 seconds down. Add a pause at the bottom. Increase foot elevation. Progression is what drives growth, even with body weight. Now here's the real strategy most people miss. You don't randomly throw incline and decline push-ups into a workout. You prioritize your weakness first. If your upper chest is lagging, start your workout with incline pressing while you're fresh. Follow it with decline push-ups to extend tension and fatigue the same fiber region further. This layered fatigue amplifies stimulus. Now, step back for a second. Flat bench built your mid-chest thickness. Fly built stretch and density. Incline press built your upper shelf. Decline push-ups reinforced upper bias with high tension. Your chest is starting to look fuller. Because a truly developed chest doesn't just look big. It looks finished. The lower chest line. The clean separation. The detail when you lean forward. If the middle chest is thick and the upper chest is full, but your lower chest doesn't have that clean, sharp separation line, then your chest will never look truly complete. Because size alone doesn't create an aesthetic physique. Detail does. That finishing line under the chest, the tight lower pec sweep, the armor-like look when you flex. That's what separates average lifters from elite physiques. And the movement that dominates this area is the high pulley crossover. Set the cables at a high position. Step forward slightly to create tension even before starting the rep. Keep a small bend in your elbows throughout the movement. Now sweep your arms downward in a controlled arc, bringing your hands together in front of your waist. High to low movement follows the natural fiber orientation of the lower chest. You are not pushing weight. You are guiding tension along muscle architecture. Cable machines are powerful because of one critical advantage: constant tension. Unlike barbells or dumbbells, where tension changes during the movement, cables keep stress on your muscle throughout the entire range. That means more metabolic fatigue, more time under load, more growth stimulus. Pause slightly at the bottom squeeze. Do not shrug your shoulders. Do not lock your arms. Do not swing the weight. This is precision work. Now we talk about one of the most underrated chest exercises in history, the pullover. Many people misunderstand this movement. They think it's a back exercise. But when performed correctly, the pullover stretches the chest across the rib cage and engages the serratus anterior and lower chest fibers. And stretch under load is extremely powerful for hypertrophy signaling. Keep your elbows slightly bent. Lower the weight in a smooth arc behind your head. As you lower the weight, take a deep breath and expand your rib cage. Feel the chest open. Feel the fibers lengthen. Then exhale as you bring the weight back. This movement works best at the end of your workout, because your chest is already fatigued. And that's when stretch-mediated growth becomes strongest. Now let's zoom out and build the real strategy. You don't need 20 chest exercises. You need 6. Flat bench press builds mid-chest thickness and strength. Dumbbell fly builds stretch tension and shape. Incline press builds upper chest shelf. Decline push-ups reinforce upper fiber activation. High pulley crossover carves the lower chest line. Pullover expands and stretches what pressing movements cannot reach. This is not random training. This is structured muscle engineering. Train chest with intention. Combine heavy mechanical tension with controlled stretch work. Prioritize your weakest chest region first in every workout. Rotate equipment to prevent joint overload and adaptation stagnation. And most importantly, stay consistent. Because muscle growth is not about one perfect workout. Now let me ask you something honestly. Or are you going back to the gym and repeating the same chest workout you've been doing for months? Comment below and tell me which part of your chest is lagging the most. Upper, middle, or lower? And if you're serious about transforming your physique, not just your chest, subscribe and turn on notifications. This channel is your home for science-backed, no BS, results-driven training. Build chest, grow chest, define chest.